Fairly Oddparents was definitely one of the more mean-spirited shows. It wasn't on Foster's home levels, but it had its moments, especially with how selfish Timmy was and how generally awful the other characters could be. A lot of the time, it felt like Timmy and Friends versus the world, which worked in what the show wanted to, well, show. To get fairies, a kid had to be so miserable that they needed fairies, and to hammer that in the show, people in the world suck more often than not, mainly towards Timmy. He's bullied at school by both teachers and students, he's going up against Jorgen a lot, and people in the world skew towards being annoying. It's why Chip Skylark is such a beloved character. He's refreshingly nice. I honestly think he's the nicest character in the entire show. I still think he was created by the Tooth Fairy as some sort of way to make dental hygiene more appealing, but I digress. In A New Wish, things are a lot different on that front, and it's best shown with the character Win Harper. They're a really popular kid at the school who Hazel is initially scared to talk to, and I get it. Win is on the level of Trixie, Chad, and Thad, and Veronica, I guess? Maybe not in the wealth sense, but definitely in the popularity sense. And with Trixie and them, if you weren't like them, you were beneath them. So we, along with Hazel, were worried that Win would be standoffish. In their first real episode, Hazel tries to impress them with a sleepover at a wished-up hotel, but it goes wrong when Hazel gets too caught up in having a good party that she forgets to hang out with Win and Jasmine. But hey, it turns out Win is as good of a kid as they are popular, and the two become really good friends along with Jasmine, something that really helped Hazel adapt and become comfortable with her environment. And that's a big difference between A New Wish and the original. Timmy's problems came from his environment and his reckless thinking, whereas Hazel's problems tend to come with her self-doubt and overthinking, a large part of why Hazel needed fairies. But despite her personal problems, the world isn't too cruel, and it tends to help Hazel remember that things aren't so bad.